Today we are looking closely at a classic and widely collected American coin, the United States Washington quarter dollar dated 1972 with the D Mint mark. This coin represents an important chapter in everyday American history, a time when the quarter was a true workhorse of daily commerce, used in shops, buses, vending machines, and savings jars across the country. The Washington quarter design had already been familiar to Americans for decades by 1972, yet each year carries its own story, tied to the era in which it was struck. The Washington quarter was first introduced in 1932 to honor the 200th anniversary of the birth of George Washington, the first president of the United States. The design proved so popular and dignified that it replaced the standing Liberty quarter permanently. By the time the 1972 quarter was minted, the design had become one of the most recognizable coin portraits in American history. The obverse features Washington facing left, with a calm and strong expression that symbolizes leadership, unity, and stability. Above his head appears the word Liberty, while the motto "In God We Trust" is placed to the left. The date 1972 sits neatly below his portrait, anchoring the coin firmly in its era. The D Mint mark on this coin tells us it was produced at the United States Mint at Denver, one of the most important minting facilities in the country. Denver minted quarters were produced in large numbers to meet the heavy demand for circulating coinage during the early 1970s. This was a period when America was experiencing social change, economic challenges, and cultural transformation, yet everyday life continued, and coins like this quarter quietly passed through millions of hands. The reverse side of the 1972 Washington quarter displays the iconic heraldic eagle with outstretched wings, clutching a bundle of arrows to symbolize strength and readiness, while olive branches below represent peace. Above the eagle is the inscription United States of America, and just beneath it, the bold declaration E pluribus unum, meaning out of many, one. At the bottom of the reverse, the denomination quarter dollar is clearly stated. This eagle reverse design would remain in use until 1998, making the 1972 quarter part of the final decades of this classic era before the state quarters program transformed American coinage. One of the most important aspects of the 1972 Washington quarter is its composition. Unlike earlier silver quarters, this coin is made from a copper-nickel clad composition, with outer layers of copper-nickel bonded to a pure copper core. This change, introduced in 1965, marked a turning point in U.S. coin history as rising silver prices forced the government to remove precious metal from circulating coins. As a result, the 1972 quarter reflects the modern era of American coinage, focused on durability and practicality rather than intrinsic metal value. In terms of condition, most 1972 quarters found today show signs of circulation such as worn details, softened lettering, and surface marks from years of use. However, examples that have been carefully preserved or never circulated can still display strong luster, sharp details in Washington's hair, and clear definition in the eagle's feathers. Collectors often look closely at the rim, the mint mark, and the overall strike quality when evaluating these coins. While this issue is not considered rare, high-grade examples can still be desirable, especially those with original mint shine and minimal contact marks. The value of a 1972 D Washington quarter largely depends on its condition. Circulated examples typically hold modest value close to face value, while uncirculated pieces can be worth more to collectors seeking to complete date and mint mark sets. Coins with exceptional eye appeal or grading certification may command higher prices, particularly among collectors who appreciate well-preserved examples from the early clad era. Beyond its monetary worth, the 1972 D Washington quarter carries historical and emotional value. It is a reminder of everyday American life in the early 1970s, a time of changing music, fashion, and technology. This coin may have been used to buy a newspaper, make a phone call, or pay for a bus ride, silently witnessing countless personal stories. Holding one today connects us directly to that past. For collectors, history lovers, and anyone curious about American coinage, the 1972 Washington quarter with the D Mint mark is a meaningful piece. It represents continuity, tradition, and the quiet strength of a nation expressed through its currency. Whether found in a collection, a pocket, or an old jar of coins, it stands as a small but powerful symbol of America's numismatic heritage.